The shift that I saw for almost a decade was that schools would say these devices were the parents' issue because they're buying them for them, and the parents would say, "But you've got my kid for 8 hours a day, so why aren't you fixing it?" Technology itself can be like vastly helpful for students, for teachers and education, because we can address a student as they come and where they are. But what it hobbles students is when they use it in ways that is what I call kind of using tech as a toy, not as a tool. So I created a program called Digital Citizen Academy that was kind of my effort as a clinical psychologist working with families for almost 2 decades to give support in where I could see it needed to be. The approach is really go into the school, help the school understand, like, what is your tech policy? How are you combining and creating a partnership with the parents? The parents go through kind of a parent program that gives them the education on the research, the structural damage, the neurochemical damage, the things that happen from a technology overuse standpoint. And we get them educated, and then we can get the kids part of the voice. The deep fakes are challenging because you have to think through kind of the developmental appropriateness of a student. So if you have a 13-year-old and a peer creates a false picture of them and then circulates it through the school, the 13-year-old victim of that circulation doesn't really have a voice or a platform to be able to argue against it before the social and psychological damage has occurred. Having every teacher understand that it's okay to tell your students, listen, the world is moving very fast. You've got a lot of influences coming through you through these platforms, but I'm here and I'm a person that you can trust and I'm safe with. And as much as they possibly can, have that open door for those kids so that they can come in, no device around, and just talk. Because I think that our children don't have the opportunity to just communicate without fear of those messages or that communication being sent other ways. We can actually give them permission to understand that ultimately there is that world outside of tech that they can trust and be in part of.